Wait, can you see me walking around? Yeah, okay. This is what I'm gonna do for the next probably hour, because it's gonna take me fucking forever to explain this. So I've been talking to myself for no reason whatsoever. I do that a lot. I need help, I know. Anyhow, if I do this a lot, it happens when I talk. Alright, anyway. So I was looking on TikTok as one day. Okay, that's why I'm recording this. I was looking on TikTok as one does, and I found this video, and I looked in the comments, and it was everybody talking about their phases and how they found the song. The song is Alone by Alan Walker, or whatever, yeah. And so, people were saying it's from their, like, Roblox and Gacha phases. I definitely had those phases at around the same time. I was a complicated child. Still am. Anyway, so I definitely had those phases, but that was not where I heard the song. So I'm here to explain basically origin stories from 2019 and forward. I'm not going to be saying what grade in school I was at this time, because that gives away my age, kind of. Yeah, well, no shit, of course it does. But the reason I don't like that is because I'm insecure about my age. I want to be older, but I want to be older. I'm not saying I want to be an adult. I don't want to do adulty tasks. Adulty, whatever. But I do want to be the age. So, if I had it my way, it'd be like 22, but not that far off. So, that's an ugly angle. Okay. So I was looking on Amazon Music, because I used to use that all the time. Now I use YouTube because I find Nightcore videos on people's Nightcore channels and shit like that. So that's all my a billion playlists that I have. But back then, in 2019, late, like October and December, I forgot November. I just remembered what I was doing in November. October, November, and December, most... False alarm. So, like, most of this takes place in December. I will clarify, I hope. Bear with me. So this is the playlist. This is so embarrassing. So, you can't see it, I know that. What even? Oh my god, I was so stupid. For the record, this playlist has been changed a billion times. Okay, where should we start? I'm going to start with the origin stories. There are going to be many, many origin stories. I'm going to start with the beginning. I'm going to be walking back and forth in my room because I can't sit still worth it. Okay. So, I don't know where I was going with that. So I'm going to be walking back and forth as one does. I could brush my hair in this meantime. No. No. I've already done that, like, today. Ignore the mess. It's not that messy on the floor, I promise. So, these are going to stay here. Also, if I come back over here and get annoyed, it's because I have to keep tapping this so that the screen... Well, you know how screensaver works. I have new sheets now. By the way, no one cares, but if you saw my bed was disgusting in my past videos, it's not now. Let's try and keep it that way, me. Alright, anyway. Poor Satan. Don't ask. No one cares, iPad. Okay, anywho. So, origin story of, like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna sit here. It's so much easier. So, I might get up later, but you're not blind. You'll know. You're not, as if I know who's your. Die. Okay. Go. No. Okay. This video is already almost 5 minutes. So, I do something with my mother called riding around. It's exactly how it sounds. You get in the fucking car and you ride around the neighborhood. Well, now it's the neighborhood, but it can be anywhere in the world. In my state, city. So, anywho, the hell was it? Okay, but basically all it is just getting in the car and riding around for like 30 minutes to an hour. It used to be like 30 minutes to an hour and a half, but it's mostly just 30 minutes to an hour. and me listening to music with the window down, just riding around because I love being in cars. Well, let me talk about how this started. So let's try and do this in order. I'm gonna fail at this though, so bear with me. So, like October 20, I was about to say 2020. No, did I say late 2020? I meant 2019. Anyway, I don't know, I'm an idiot. So, back then, in like October 2020, no, October 2019, 2019, me, a year I don't want to remember, but I do. So, I do. But back in October 2019, there we go. I'm used to saying 2000. No one fucking cares. So, anywho, back in 2019, we got 2 of my dogs. 2. I have 3. Nico, Kira, and Annika. Nico's obviously the boy, and Kira and Annika are sisters. Now, the 2 of them we got in October 2019. They were just little tiny puppies. Well, you know how dogs work. They're huskies. All 3 of them are huskies, but those 2 are Siberian huskies. Anyway, you've seen them before on my channel. No one cares. So, anywho, that's great. So, the 2 of them, we got them back then. And it was like, we very much wanted to, I guess, make, I don't know what I'm trying to say. So, okay, back to them. So, my mother used to play Pokemon. She still plays Pokemon all the time, but she used to play Pokemon Go all the fucking time. So did I. Now, she played it with friends, obviously. So she would go in the car and just ride around for hours, doing nothing but just playing Pokemon with friends and stuff. So she started offering if I wanted to go with her. Well, I did. So I did go with her. So, yeah, we did that for a while. For like 2 years, 3 years at most. It was like ever since we first got the game in like 2017 or whenever it came out. It wasn't too late after the Pokemon Go came out. Yeah, like 2017. Because I didn't have my phone yet, so like 2017. I don't know, no one cares. So anyway, we would play that, and so then when we got the dogs, this worked out because we were just like, okay. They like car rides anyway, and we want to like train them and stuff, so we could take them to like dog parks and crap. We didn't end up doing that a whole lot, but they loved car rides, and we wanted to get them used to that for like going to the vet and going different places if we wanted to. We wanted them to get used to cars because they had just been born a few weeks before this. So we wanted to like get them used to that, make sure they were okay with it. So we would take them on the car rides, and we would go for a very long time. Very long time. For hours. And so then eventually, I started listening to music instead. Okay, we will get to that in a minute. Let's talk about the music. I'm going to do these in stages. So, origin story of this playlist. So, what was that laugh? I don't know. But, anywho, so I was obsessed with a certain anime. Yeah, it is an anime. It's just very childish anime. Anywho. Me being the otaku and who I am, this is hard for me to talk about because it's very childish in most of what I watch. Now it isn't, but at the time, I love this. I was obsessed with it, okay? Well, I was obsessed with the 3rd series, I guess. The very childish one, basically. I hadn't seen the other 2. I don't know why I went backwards. For the record, I've seen all of them a billion times. I still kind of like the first one, but no one cares about this. So, in fact, I think I still have the first one on my channel now. I used to make edits for it, but alright, it was my opening intro for so long. I used to get mad at myself for saying intro all the time because that's what I would say. I would say like anime intro, but it's anime opening. So I'd start saying opening. No, the intro to my channel, which of course I don't have now because I don't film on my phone, but plus I don't have any editing apps on there anyway, but no one cares. I mean, I film on my iPad sometimes, but anyway, that's only for edits though. Thank you, CapCut, but, collect my mind so this doesn't take 2 hours. Okay. Good. It's gonna die anyway, but I have my charger right there, so it's fine. Okay, no one cares, so, maybe you do, I might speak for you, but, so, I used to watch AMVs for said anime all the time. those songs I really liked. So the ones that I could find on Amazon Music, I did, and I added them to my playlist. This playlist has been edited for the record, so some of these songs weren't on here at the time. Actually, no, I lied. Yes, all of these were on here at the time. I just rearranged them. I don't know why I did that. Shuffle. But I still sometimes rearrange. No, I do all the time. I'm not gonna lie about that. But anywho, so it's probably been edited. This is like 2 years. Yeah, 2021. So like 2 years old. Anywho, my hair is so gross. Okay, so anywho, back then, I would listen to the same songs all the time. Now, of course, I change them like every day. But at the time, how many times have I said that now? I don't know. But I listened to so many. I don't script these videos, can you tell? But, well, duh. I'm just talking about this to rant to anybody who wants to listen, which is nobody, but that's fine. I like that. So, yeah. These were all of AMVs and stuff. So that's where this happened. So this playlist, you will notice, well, if I show you, is I only have 2 remaining playlists because I didn't used to have these on playlists. I would just listen to the songs by themselves. So a few songs I used to listen to at the time won't be on this playlist. That's what I was going to say. No, it's not that I changed this playlist. It's that many songs weren't on this playlist at the time. Because I used to just listen to the songs by themselves, and I would switch them because they were all my history, but then I discovered to put playlists, because that was when I would go walking. Now you will notice something if I show you. That it's called, that's annoying, that the playlist is labeled car. That's because back to the car rides, that's what I used to listen to when I finally created a playlist. I used to listen to this in the car all the time. Okay. Flash forward to like 2 months later, to December 2019. I still had this exact playlist. So like, yeah, some of these songs weren't on there back then. So they were just switched a ton and all that. But this was December 2019. I was obsessed with 2 major things. And for the record, I was still in school. So, well, duh, I'm still in school now, but like 2020 and COVID wasn't a thing. I just didn't go to school a lot back then. For the record, this is so fucking embarrassing, but back then, this was in my emo phase, okay? Very embarrassing, because I had just grown out of my quirky kid phase. So I was still said quirky kid mentally. So it just kind of both of these. So though I didn't act emo, I wanted to be. So that's why I refer to it as emo phase. You will notice by the songs I used to listen to what I mean by that. I was also obsessed with rock music back at the time, which now I like pop and electronic, and sad songs. I don't know what genre that would be. Just any songs that are sad. Just piano and shit like that. I also love listening to the violin. But anywho. But yeah, back then I was in my emo phase. Because of this and many other things, but we don't talk about that, used to go to the doctor all the time. But I would never, ever, ever go to school. I'd skip school, and I had to go to the doctor a lot. Because of this, I had to get my little excuse notes thingy, and other things that I won't talk about because they're really embarrassing. But anywho, yeah, so that's what I wanted to do. So, anyway, there we go. I've said anywho too many times now. I rotate between the 2 a lot. So, get on with it. So, I would never go to school, right? So, in the day, that's how I had this time. Not that anybody cared about that, but yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember now. Because at lunchtime is when I would always get these. I was obsessed with 2 things at the time. So stupid. This was around Christmas, obviously, December 2019. I was obsessed with these stupid little mini gumball machines. They were like this big, and they were tiny little gumballs. They were white, green, and red, obviously, for Christmas. And we got them at school one time. One time I did go there. We got them, and my grandpa, he had also gotten me some at the time. So I had 2 little containers of those, and so oh, it's hair. So, well, duh. But I was obsessed with the damn things. I had a little red one from school and a green one. I think. Yeah, from him. Yeah, anyway. So I was obsessed with that. I would take those everywhere. Tiny little gumballs. I'd eat like 5 of them at one excuse me. Like 5 of them at once. Yeah, cool. All fun. Yeah. Excuse me. So I was also obsessed with something else. Okay, Chick-fil-A. We used to go to Chick-fil-A all the time because, one, it's amazing, and yes, for lunch, right? But I don't know if they still do this. Well, I'm sure they do. But Chick-fil-A did these little things where they would, if you had dogs in the car that they could see, or if you wanted them, they would give you little dog treats, like milk bones. So if they were going to do that anyway, we were just like, okay, we'll just go to Chick-fil-A a lot so that we could do that. Because my mom had to go to lunch anyway. For lunch anyway and stuff. So she'd be playing Pokemon and stuff, so we'd go by Chick-fil-A all the time because it was close and we liked the people local. Yeah, amazing food and the milk bones. So we were gonna go there anyway, so I always got this little candy cane, webtoon. So I got these little candy cane milkshakes that they have like around Christmas. Okay, I say Christmas. No, they have them from like October to like February, so or March, so they have them. They don't do that now, but back at the time they would have them for a lot longer than just Christmas. But they were Christmas themed, obviously, candy cane. So, yeah. So I would always get these little peppermint candy cane like shakes. They would have crushed up candy canes, and it was just regular vanilla, like just regular ice cream shake, and milkshake, obviously, and then they would just have crushed up candy canes and a cherry. So I was obsessed with those as well. And then obviously I would get chicken and stuff. But oh my god, I loved those things. So in the car, I would always have a shake. Just in the cup holder, I would always have a shake. And then that stupid little gumball machine. So yeah, I would always have those with me. The remains of the gumball machine. Anywho, we don't talk about that. So yeah, that's fun. Okay. I shifted and now I'm uncomfortable. No one cares, but my little fidget, aka stuffed animal that I've ruined. So yeah, those are the things I was obsessed with. So I would always have those in the car while listening to this playlist. Okay, now let's talk about the songs on said playlist. That's all I wanted to talk about. That was my emo phase, basically. I also loved walking. That's a story for another time. How has this only been like 20 minutes? Almost 20 minutes, 3 minutes left. 17 minutes, almost 18. It feels like it's been an hour that I've been talking, but hey, I'm not complaining. Less video, less people get mad at me. People meaning my best friend who sometimes watches my videos. Hey, Addison. So, let's talk about the songs on here. Yeah, all of these came from AMVs, of which I still remember. They're probably my liked videos. If you want me to show you those, I will, but it'll be exposing a lot, so I don't know. Depends on if anybody wants me to. Addison, so help me if you tell me you want me to. Anyway, let's talk about the songs that we have on here. Number 1, we have Superhero. I only remember one part, and that's the Superhero. That's the only part of the song I'll remember. Don't worry, I'll play it. No one wants me to, but I'm going to anyway. So, yeah, and then the second song, This Is Alone, the edit, the one people were talking about their phases. I used to listen to it, no part of any phase. I was in this phase a little bit before this, my emo phase. Back in my quirky kid phase was also the gacha and Roblox and whatnot, which wasn't as big though, so that's why ultimately it's my quirky kid phase. But anyway, back in my emo phase, emo kid. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. I was so stupid. I thought I was like so secretive. And so, oh my god. So anywho, Alone, I used to listen to that all the time, which is hilarious because I had no one that I could relate to with the song except for like Addison, but that wasn't true because we didn't even go to the same school. Still don't. But anywho, yeah. So that's what people were talking about. 3, Monster. Let's talk about my Skillet phase. I loved them for so long, but that came after this. And yeah, after. So that was after that. So I used to just listen to this by itself, but I was obsessed with Skillet, so that's why this is still on here, because I probably would have gotten rid of it otherwise. I hate you, I love you. I used to listen to that song all the time. I still really like it, but anyway, that was my obsession for so long. And then Courtesy Call, the Nightcore version. So we're gonna play Superhero. Because why not? I still remember every other song except for this one. I don't even know what this is. Oh, I remember it now. I looked at the lyrics. This is embarrassing. Does anybody want to hear this? No, but we're going to anyway. No. No! What is this album cover? Like, I'm just looking at the album cover. What the hell is that? It's literally just... No. Like, what is... I used to walk to this song all the time, but I'll get to that in a minute. So tired of this. Come on. Yeah, I still remember the AMV that this was used for. Hey, I said touch of you. No. I still like this part. Can't relate. How do people even come up with these lyrics is my question. Like, I could never. That's the part I remembered. Ow! I told you. I used to play this all the time. And my demons and all that. Oh my god. I miss this phase. I want to go back in this. I realized something just now. I'm not saying it out loud. Not if someone paid me $1 million. It's embarrassing. Okay, I'm tired of this already. It's the same thing over and over again. Now, of course, there's a lot. Everybody knows that. What even is this? Why are all of these so aggressively loud? I mean, it isn't to you, obviously, but it still isn't to Awake and Alive all the time. Oh yeah, I forgot about this annoying part. What is this? I remember the words. What is this? I told you! The music says everything about how I thought I was. That angle is so ugly. I'm just looking up, but it's because of because of how my computer is. We're not. But I'm still missing you, and I can't see the end of it. So I wanna feel your kiss against my lips, and now all this time is passing by, but I still can't seem to tell you why it hurts me. And yes, this was used for an AMV. It was so childish and yet, what? I hate you, I love you, I hate that I love you, don't want to, but I can't put nobody. I still love the song. You, I hate you, I love. Damn, I was that old when I just remembered part of the song. I was young. This is like the only part I remember because I love. Come on. Just remember something else. Oh my god, I was so embarrassing. Do you miss me like I miss you? Fucked around and got attached. Friends can break your heart too, and I'm always tired, but never. If I pulled you on you, you wouldn't like that shit. I would just feel out, but you wouldn't like that shit. I text and then I wouldn't run that shit. I got you to me. Shit, oh. See, I loved this part so much for no reason. Still love me, but your friends don't know. If you wanted me, you would just say so. And if I were you, I would never let me go. I don't mean no harm. This is so satisfying. Caution tape around my heart. You ever wondered what we could have been? You said you wouldn't and you fucking did. Lie to me, lie with me, get your fucking fix. And all my drinks and all my feelings are a fucking mix. Always missing people that I shouldn't be missing. Sometimes you gotta burn some pictures just to create some distance. I know that I control my thoughts and never stop from me. But I learned from my dad that it's good to have feelings when love and trust are gone. I guess this is moving on. Everyone I do right does me wrong. So every lonely night I sing a song. Can't believe I still remembered that. I mean, obviously I was looking at the lyrics, but I remembered every tune. Courtesy Call! Everyone knows this song, and I still like it. Oh my god, I forgot about the Night Court version. This was my shit, right? Like, I listened to this all the fucking time, but I'm gonna get into that in a minute. Why? It was specifically this song. Oh my god! That was its own phase! No, this was definitely the... Wait! Oh my god, wait, I just realized something. My dad found this in my room not too long ago. He was just like, this bring back memories? Come with me while I try to find a big part of my life back then. Addison, you're gonna laugh at me. Where did it go? I would never, ever, ever get rid of this. Yeah, I forgot about all the crackers on there. Anywho, where did that glove go? What even? That's not it. Where did it go? Ah, where is it? Do I even want to find it? Yes, you do. Do I? Creepily discuss this stuff. What is that? Don't care. No. Oh my god, there's more. You. Never gonna find this. Where did I put it? What is that? Ow. Back hurts. Oh, there it is. Ah! I still don't know where the other one of this is. If I didn't care, I probably got rid of it. I never used it. Ah, this is so embarrassing. What is my... Ooh, it's a 3. Well, that's fine. My phone, my iPad. No, my phone's at 29. Huge difference, I know. It's so tiny! Anyway, this fucking glove. Oh my god, I used to wear this to school all the time. It's so small! I used to wear this to fucking sleep. In the shower, I would wear this shit. That's not... I wore this to sleep and everything. And I did everything with this. It was part of the emo. I thought there were like powers in my hand. And so I look like a fucking Pokemon trainer. It's so... why do I still have this? It's actually kind of cool though. It looks cute. Yeah. Kirishima. So, anywho. Stupid glove. Woo! What's this? But, I loved this thing. Oh my god. I thought there were like powers in my hand, and so I would keep this. I would always keep it on. Anyway, this relates to courtesy call a lot. Is that how you say it? Well, no, I know what the word courtesy means, but anyway. So, yeah, there's this little shit. This was part of that phase. I wasn't going to mention it because I didn't know if I still had it, and I wanted to show you, but yeah. I wore this in the car every time we would go on those little adventures. Putting this back on now. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll explain mostly when I wore that. And this song I didn't listen to in the car very often. I will explain where I used to listen to this in a second. I still love that. It's so fast. Well, no shit. Why do these all look different? Anywho, and then the only one left is Alone. So yeah, this is what I used to listen to. Isn't that so fun? Okay, that's enough of that. So for the record, I used to use Amazon Music because, you know what? I don't know. This was before I even had my headphones. Oh my god. Yeah, because I got those headphones for like my birthday, of like 2020. No, that's a lie. Yeah, no, of course that's a lie. I think I might have gotten them for Christmas. No. No, that's right. He got it as like my dad got these headphones. These are my pride and joy. I wear these all the fucking time anytime I leave the house. So, anywho, he just kind of like got them randomly. Yeah, because I didn't have my headphones back then. I had these little tiny earbuds that I used to listen to. So I used to listen to Amazon Music. Like I said, now I never use it. I have it deleted from my phone, but I used to walk around with my little earbuds and my phone, and I would just walk around. Now, speaking of which, let me talk about that. Okay, let's talk for a second. This was also around Christmas. Oh my god, this was when I used to listen to My Demons and It Has Begun and Sunrise and all that shit. I still remember every single song I used to listen to, and I kind of still love them. I still listen to Sunrise to this day. It's a good song. I act like somebody's telling me it's not. But, anywho, jeez, I used to be obsessed with these. Okay, so, I make one giant living meme. But, anywho, I keep looking outside because it's pretty for one thing, but because this reminds me. Okay, so around Christmas, it's freezing outside, but did I care? No. But I used to go outside and I kid you not, all fucking day, I would just walk on my driveway, back and forth, for hours, from like 10 in the morning to like 10, 11 at night, with like no break. I mean, I would come in to eat, but that was like it. I'd even eat outside half the time. I'd sit on my porch and I'd eat. I would just walk back and forth listening to music. The dogs would come out, and I'd play with them for a little while, but I would just listen to music back and forth. I specifically remember one time right before Christmas. This is when all this actually started, because this was a little tiny bit before that, but those were the original songs I used to listen to. After this, though, some things came along, so anywho, in that time, I would walk on my driveway, back and forth. Look at my past videos, you know what my driveway looks like. It's not exactly the most fascinating thing. I don't know how I didn't get tired. I can't walk on my driveway for more than 10 minutes without getting tired now. But I would walk for hours, for so long, from like 10 in the morning to fucking 11 o'clock at night, and I don't know why. And I'd listen to the same songs. I'd go on TikTok. I'd watch videos on there and stuff. Just what I did. I was a weird kid. Like, again, I still am. But anywho. So I love doing that. So I'd walk on the driveway. I'm remembering. The time this started it was like, yeah, I remember. It was Christmas Eve. It was December 24th. And my mother was just then putting Christmas decorations up because we were busy that entire year with the dogs and stuff. So we hadn't put the entire year. That entire month is what I meant. We were busy that month with the dogs and stuff, so we didn't have time, and we were also too lazy and kept forgetting to put the Christmas inflatables up. So I bugged her and bugged her and bugged her and bugged her. I used to be obsessed with them, still kind of am. I love decorations. So until finally she's like, okay, that's it. Is it one day before Christmas? Yes, but does anyone care? No. So she put them up December 24th, Christmas Eve. I was walking back and forth on the driveway the entire time she was putting those inflatables up. So I was listening to music and I could just hear her. And then that day, she also let the dogs out and they ran in the neighbor's yard because this was back before we had the gate in the backyard. I mean, we had a gate, but not the one we have now. We had this crusty ass, like, rusted, old, like, 30, 40, no, yeah, like 50-year-old fucking gate. That's a lie. No, it's like 30 years. It's old. I imagine it is because it was broken, rusty. Did I mention broken? Rusty. It obviously wasn't functionable. You couldn't even open it because it broke after that point. You could open it for a while, but for the record, I've lived here like my entire life. So, and my mother lived here long before I was born. Lived in this neighborhood when she was a kid. Well, she didn't live in this neighborhood, but her grandparents did. So, anywho, origin stories with Callie. Moving along now. So, yeah, the dogs. This is before they would go in the backyard. Now they're not allowed in the front yard, except for Nico, because he's not allowed in the backyard. I'll explain that in a minute. So, the dogs. Oh my god, this is over 30 minutes. Well, I've made like a 2-hour video before me doing nothing but listening to TikTok audio, so. Anywho, we, yeah, so we would let the dogs, and like I said, they were little tiny puppies at this time, and they would, so we would let them out in the front yard. So they would go to the neighbor's house, they'd go up the street. So I remember me and my mom trying to chase them down because my dad was doing something, I don't know, probably working. No, he was, he was on Christmas break, so I don't know what the fuck he was doing. He was like watching something. So my mom and I had to chase the little fuckers up the entire like driveway, so big, street. So that was fun. Thank you, dogs. Love you too. Yeah. And then I, of course, just wanted to listen to my damn music. So that was like the very first day I started doing it. Next day was obviously Christmas. Explain what we were doing on that day later. But fun fact, that night, let's talk about that night. My uncle came over. We refer to him as Paul. Uncle Paul back then, but just Paul now. So anywho, my uncle came over that night, and my mom, she was gone. I don't know what she was doing. She wasn't there, but yeah, she was like busy at shopping or something like that. So my uncle was over on Christmas Eve, so that was fun. Let's talk about this one A&B that I used to listen to, because this was like my pride and joy that night. That and My Demons. Obviously, everyone knows that song. So. Yeah, okay, that's by. I'm such an idiot. I don't know how to speak. Anywho, so just discussing dinner. Okay, so let's get back to where I left off. I think where I left off. Yeah, I was saying I was an idiot because I am, but let's not let my back break. So, anywho, so this one A and B. Okay, so there is a channel, I'm still subscribed to them, that I loved on YouTube so much because they loved that anime that I was watching. So they would make AMVs. Well, they spoke English, but English was not their first language. So but a lot of their videos would be in different languages. Well, one of them was in another language. I still have a playlist with nothing but that song on it. I used to make playlists for one song just so that I could play it on repeat. So stupid. I used to do that on here too. But thank you, Addison. But okay, shut up with the ums. But yeah, that was that playlist. I still have it, don't worry. Let's talk about the language it was in. It wasn't Japanese. I'm 99% sure. Yeah, it wasn't Japanese. I think it might have been Russian, but I'm not positive. I don't know what language it was. But anywho, I used to listen to that all the time. And there was also My Demons, which was my obsession, and Courtesy Call and shit like that. So I would listen to those with my uncle. I was eating in the living room because I used to do that back then. It's a long story. Oh, I said I would explain why the dogs go back there. Well, the puppies did because we wanted them to. And then Nico, who we got a few months ago, he goes in the front and stuff and doesn't get to stay out like they do, because the gate we need to fix, it's broken, and the Kira and Annika won't go out of it, but Nico found a way to get out of it, I think, yeah. So because he got out one time, so we can't let him out back that way. So we just let him out in the front, plus he prefers to stay inside anyway. So, yeah, we walk him when he needs to use the bathroom, when he needs to do stuff outside, and yeah, we take him on little walks, and then let him back in, and yeah, just let him roam around the house, as dogs do. No one cares. So, but yeah, that's basically what I wanted to explain. So back to eating in the living room. So I was listening to those songs, had a long conversation with that. Next day, we went to my grandparents and my other grandparents. I was listening to that song again. The Russian question, we're just gonna say different language. AMV, listening to the same music. Yeah, so that's how the walking started. Then it got to like just day or just night, like from evening to night, or morning to afternoon. You get the idea. Yeah, I had a lot of fun listening to that music. The songs at this point were, okay, there was It Has Begun, there was My Demons, Courtesy Call, the songs on there, minus Superhero. I did not listen to that song. I got bored of it and stopped listening to it at this point. But I Hate You, I Love You, Monster, Courtesy Call, obviously, Alone, especially Alone. Alone was like my obsession. I still really like it. It's on my current playlist now, because I got back into it. Forgets what I was gonna say. Yeah, so those are the songs. I was also obsessed with making TikTok videos, so if anybody wants to see those, I will gladly show them, because, oh, holy shit, they're embarrassing. I showed a few of them to Addison on our last sleepover a few days ago. You remember those? So, yeah. So that's fun. Oh my god, they were so embarrassing. Addie and I had so much fun laughing at those. But yeah, if anybody wants me to show they're not on my account anymore, so don't waste your time going on there. Plus, you'll see a lot of random shit. I have billions of videos on my TikTok account, but I deleted those a long time ago because, one, they're embarrassing, and two, I just wanted to. But I still have quite a few of them on my camera roll, so I will show those, and I will expose younger me with what I used to watch if anybody wants that. I would give you a hint, but it gives it away, so I'm not going to. I will tell you it's not something a lot of people have seen at all. Now, the series itself, well, not that series, but the entire show, like the entire series, because each season is separated into a show. Each season only has one season, but they're separated into shows. And then there are, I guess, generations, because there's the first generation, there's the second generation, and then there's the third one. The third one is the current one. They have names. The second one, a lot of people have seen, and then the first one, a lot of people have seen, but they don't remember because they're older people who don't ever talk about it anymore. My personal favorite is probably the third, just because I have the most memories from that. Okay, for the record, I watched these backwards. I watched the third series first, then second, then first. The first, in terms of my favorite, like, plot-wise and characters, no characters goes to the third, but plot, it's definitely the first one. It's a lot less childish, it makes a lot more sense, and stuff like that. It's better, all in all. So the fandom's amazing. That's, fun fact, how I grew to be so mature and learned all the shit that I know now. Yes, I'm talking about sex and stuff like that. How I learned everything sexual is because of that fandom. Thank you. And fan fiction and lots of other stupid stuff. But school did nothing. Thank you, school. Sex ed class wasn't a thing. Or ever brought up. I don't think we were supposed to know it back then. We don't talk about my age. And my age now. Yeah. So that's I had a lot of fun back then. I have a lot more things that I could talk about if anybody wants to hear this, but this video is getting really long, but compared to my other ones, kind of long. So we won't talk about that. But if anybody wants me, I don't know if I still have the very first pair of earbuds that I used to wear, but I'm pretty sure I still have like 2 or 3 of them. I went through quite a lot. Most of them look the exact same. But I still have those. I did use my headphones in this phase, though, don't worry. Sometimes I couldn't wear my headphones. Like when I went, okay, this was back when I had long hair. Now you're probably thinking, but Cal, you have long hair now. I know. But in like May 2020, I cut my hair to be like that, short, like pretty fucking short. So around when that happened, I went biking a lot and stuff. And that was like the day after I cut my hair. That was its own phase. I have certain memories from phases, that's why I talk about those. But, I could talk about that track one. Basically, oh my god, I'm remembering so much. So, I was obsessed with running for a little while, so if anybody wants to hear my stories about when I used to run a lot on my driveway, I can tell you that. And how kids used to make fun of me and stuff. If anybody wants to hear that, I will tell you that was in my emo phase. And I will say that. I'm probably going to say it anyway, but that'll be later. This was basically just to talk about the origin story of music. But if anybody wants to hear about the activities that I did while listening to music, there we go. I will definitely talk about those. I'm going to anyway. So, that's fun. So that's all I wanted to say. It took forever because I haven't explained near half of it yet. So, there's a lot. This took up 2 years of my life. Late 2020 was when this went away. When I started, no. One of my phases was known as my Hunter x Hunter phase because that was like the only anime I ever watched at the time. Obviously now I've seen hundreds of anime. I'm not exaggerating that. I counted one time on my iPad. It was at least 100, and I've seen many since then because of all the browsing and recommendations and crap I've done. That's been my life for the past like 3 years. So I'm not exaggerating. I can't watch anime recommendation videos anymore because I've already seen all of them, and it's so annoying. Yeah. So, most of them that I love, though, are very underground. Only, like, 100 people have reviewed... No. Only, like, 30 people have reviewed it. And overall, I'd say not more than 300 people have seen them. So, not many people. Like, at all. I mean it. Like, no one has seen them. Because anytime I Google them, it's not even on Google. Nobody talks about it. Sometimes on Reddit and stuff, people will ask questions and be like, hey, have you seen it? But, no one cares about that. So, yeah. But I don't know what that had to do with anything. What was I? Oh, yeah, the Hunter x Hunter phase. That happened right after. I could do, that won't take as long as my little 2019 emo kid phase, but I could talk about School Chronicles if anybody wants those. Ooh, I still have those notes, and I still know where they are. Hold on. I will show you if anybody, and Addison, if you want to see these, do I? Oh, I do! I still have them! I still have those notes! In this little purse that I had at the time. I mean, obviously I still have it, but let me see. I'm not gonna show these. Ah! Yep. I still have the notes from my emo phase. Oh my god. So if anybody wants to see the notes in here, I have them. For the record, this all happened at school. And doctor stories, if y'all want to know any of those, that like when I would go to the doctor, my nurse's office, my mom's old work, if anybody wants to hear any of those, that all took place back then. That was like the most busy time of my life. So if anybody wants to hear about those, I will tell you. Who am I kidding? I'm going to say them anyway, but not right now. So yeah, bye. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. I'm sorry if this takes so annoyingly long, but if you have nothing to do or you're trying to pass time, you just want to hear someone say really fucking embarrassing stories, come back next time. Bye. I will show you those playlists, those old playlists. I will, and I will tell you what I used to watch, and I will tell you the very embarrassing shit I used to do. So yeah, bye. And Addison, I will.